Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I am pleased to announce that Ghostbusters 3 is finally being made. There's a trailer out now on YouTube. You know, you get a nice shot of the Ecto-1 in the shed, covered by a sheet. It gets blown back. And, you know, I'd love to share it here, but I'm so sick of the, of always getting copyright infringement claims. And, you know, I don't want to go through it anymore. So, you know, guys, go check it out. You know, I'm going to show you right here where you could go see it. You've got Ghostbusters 3 teaser trailer right there. It says Bill Murray on there, right? Already got 1.3 million views for only being up for 1 week. You know, but the only thing that what's really funny about this is if you actually go and you search it, Bill Murray has not even been signed. There's, you know, different talk about different things on here, but, you know, Bill Murray has not been confirmed actually to be in this film, but yet the trailer, well, in the title indicates that. I don't know if they did that just to get some extra clicks and he just hasn't been confirmed or not. You know, it says Bill Murray right here. But Ernie Hudson hasn't even been contacted yet, according to this, according to Screen Rant and MovieWeb, you know, all reporting on the same stories. But, you know, Ghostbusters 3, I think that they probably are going to get the original cast. I would not be surprised. You know, we've got Jason Reitman, who's going to be in charge of the project. I believe that we probably will get Dan Aykroyd. I think we're going to get... I think we'll probably see Rick Moranis back in there. I think that he'll come out of retirement, and I know sure as hell that Bill Murray is going to give his fans what they want to see, and that's him one more time in Ghostbusters, one more time in the Ecto-1. That's all we want from him. Put the proton pack back on. That's all we're asking to see. You know, but of course, you know, many people, there's a lot of speculation now going on, you know, but it's mostly positive. People are being very positive about this movie. They want to see it. They want to see the original cast reunited, you know, so it's a lot of excitement. But in the midst of that excitement, there's always got to be a few downers. And who are those downers? Well, Paul Feig and Leslie Jones. Who? Well, the ones who came up with this disaster right here, if you remember this movie, this flaming piece of shit from 2016 that starred Melissa McCarthy. And you notice Melissa McCarthy, good actress. She doesn't really promote this film, doesn't really talk about it, and rightfully so. You know, most people like to leave their disasters in the past. You know, bad movies that Al Pacino and Robert De Niro have starred in, you don't really hear them talking about their bad movies all that much. So with that in mind, let's talk about the people that are talking about. So the director. So Paul Feig, I actually have seen one of his other movies, and I did go to see The Heat. I actually did a review of it way back in 2013. It starred Sandra Bullock alongside Melissa McCarthy. It was a relatively harmless film, but I didn't really particularly find it funny. I didn't think it really delivered on being a comedy. So, Paul Feig, you know, obviously he failed. You know, he attacked the fans during 2016, saying that people didn't want to see his movie due to sexism. Completely leaving out the fact that it was a total disregard for what the fans wanted to see in the movie. And I understand, we can't address all fans, you know, concerns. We can't always do fan service, you know, 24/7 in a movie. That's what I criticize the Disney films for doing, that they don't want to just be good movies, but they just want to please, you know, certain fans without actually delivering a good movie. So, you know, Paul Feig, though, didn't want to deliver on a good movie. He didn't want to do fan service. He didn't want to do anything. Besides make a disastrous film that, you know, just didn't really appeal to anybody except for people who just wanted all-female cast just to say that there was an all-females Ghostbuster without having any love or dedication to the film, like the original two movies, especially the first Ghostbusters. You know, and so, okay, you know, we all know that a Ghostbusters movie without the original cast just wouldn't work on all fronts, but, you know, what would have really worked would have been a movie where they passed the torch. They could have had them fighting alongside the female cast, you know, and then at the end, they could have just had all of them basically, you know, after the team up, hand the girls the proton packs, and we could have had a really nice symbolic passing of the torch moment. That's all anybody was really asking for, you know, and I saw that time and time again. Why not just do that? Why not just do this? Paul Feig still carried on. You know, I don't see why a director can't simply, you know, cancel the release of a film just to make it better. I guess maybe there's too much going on, you know, maybe certain contracts or something, whatever the case may be. This movie was going to be a disaster. You could tell from the number of dislikes it had for the trailer on YouTube. It was a historic trailer because it broke quite a few records. It was one of the most thumbs down videos of all time on YouTube. So Paul Feig won't shut his mouth, you know. Okay, so he does kind of like a bittersweet comment here. He says, an absolute honest-to-God, never-ending supply of bullshit and hate from these trolls. Leslie spoke her truth and I support her. I am very open to Jason's new version of Ghostbusters, but I'm also sad that our 2016 team may not get to bust again. We all are. We're forever proud of our movie. We all are? Like, what does this mean here? We all are? Who? You and Leslie Jones and maybe the two other people who enjoyed the 2016 Ghostbusters movie? Because I don't know anybody, honestly, you know, that enjoyed that movie. It had nothing to do with being sexist or anything like that. We're going to reserve those comments. Why don't we just move on to Leslie Jones's? Enough with the suspense. Leslie Jones right away. You know, so insulting. Like, fuck us. We didn't count. It's like something Trump would do. Trump voice. Gonna redo Ghostbusters. Better with men will be huge. That's huge to you, Leslie Jones. Those women ain't Ghostbusters. Ugh, so annoying. Such a dick move. And I don't give fuck. I'm saying something. Okay. That was a lot of stuff. I don't know what Melissa McCarthy said here. You know, she was. I don't know if she's just tagging you here. Like, I don't really think that she wants to be a part of this, Melissa McCarthy. And Sarah Bills, I don't know where she stands in all of this. She's that other girl that's in there. Who is she? I have no fucking idea. But anyway, I mean, like, you look at this comment, and it's like, Trump's fault? Really? Like, not the fact that it was a shitty movie. It wasn't the fact that it was an all-female cast. I already said all they had to do was make it a passing of the torch kind of movie. It might have not been accepted. It damn well wouldn't have been accepted by all fans, but you would have had a large portion that would have went to go see that movie based on the fact that the original cast was in there. And you know that even if people gave it a negative reviews, they probably still would have said that it was a half-decent movie due to the original cast actually being in the film. But they still wouldn't go in that direction. Instead, insisting on doing things their way. Paul Feig, this guy right here, this nerd right here, this likable SJW looking motherfucker. He says, well, you know what? You know, you're gonna do that type of voice like Leslie Jones to make fun of somebody. This is like who you should be making fun of right here. But, you know, all these obscenities and everything like that for what? And talking about, like, the president being responsible. No, the reason why this Ghostbusters is being redone with men, because that's how it originally was. These people were comedy legends. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Rick Moranis. I mean, it was a who's who of comedy actors. It was a legendary film with a massive legacy. You came around and you just had the privilege of starring in a disastrous film. And, you know, you just kind of want to basically sit there and try to defend it as saying like, oh, this is a product of the culture we live in. It's due to the current administration. I mean, like, give it a rest. Your movie was shit. You're a dislikable human being. You played a very, very lackluster, stereotypical character in the film. And nobody liked it. It had no place in the Ghostbusters universe. It had no place in cinema in general. And so, who do we got here? Rachel Leishman. Wasn't she also in this movie as well? I'm not entirely sure. She goes, bruh, the 2016 Ghostbusters was well received by most audiences that weren't filled with men crying about their childhoods being ruined, so you're talking out your ass. Oh, really? Well, what did this guy say? The 2016 Ghostbusters was a reboot that took place in an alternate universe and ignored the original movies. It lost money and didn't seem to be very well received by audiences or critics. That was fine, but a legit sequel that fans have been waiting for 31 years, like, fuck us, huh? Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. This guy's right. Test subject 1. Rachel Leishman is not, because you see here, this little movie right here, yeah, this one. Was Leishman in it? We're gonna check that in 1 second. But, okay, so, whoever she is, let's take a look at this movie. IMDb, 5.3 out of 10. Who liked this movie out of Google users? 53%. Let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. Right? The most audiences enjoy this movie. Audience score, 51% liked it. Just a little bit more than half. That's not very good. That's not a very good movie at all. No, I'm sorry. Not everybody enjoyed it. You know who enjoyed it? These here, the smut peddlers, the critics who lie about every single movie. 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh, which is an absolute fucking joke. Because when you look at this compared to this, yeah, that's a pretty big difference right there. There's not a lot of people who agreed with them. So, I don't know who that chick is. I'm looking at the cast. She's not one of them. So, that girl is somebody. I don't know. She's got the blue check mark. So, she's somebody important, I guess. But, you know, there you go. That's basically all you really need to know. It's exciting. It's that this movie's finally happening. But I'll tell you what's not exciting is all these SJWs running around basically saying, oh, the movie is sexist. It's all Trump's fault. It's this, it's that. It's like, who cares? Like, do we need to talk about politics? Do we need to talk about, you know, the social climate? I mean, it's Ghostbusters 3. And there's a very good chance that the original cast is probably going to be involved. Can't we be happy that we're getting a movie of this magnitude that we actually asked for? Instead, it's like, oh, what a shame. Like, Paul Feigman, you're surprised that you're not going to get another shot? Look, this movie came out 3 years ago. You didn't even talk about doing a sequel in 2016, in 2017, 2018, suddenly in 2019, you're like, oh, I wish I could get another shot at the movie. The movie was a flop. It did not do well at all. It fell below expectations. So I don't know exactly, you know, why you would want, if first of all, you know where you would get another shot? The studio would offer you to make a sequel. I'm guessing that they didn't, based on the performance of the film and the fact that nobody fucking liked it, and it did not do as well as it was perceived to do. That's usually when a movie doesn't get a sequel, because usually the sequel will be announced that very year that the film is released if it did well. So there's no question about it, you know, oh, I could have done a sequel. No, you couldn't have done a sequel. They wouldn't have allowed you to make a sequel to the studio based on it being super bad. Sony would not want it to happen. You know, they have many other projects that are successful, and a Ghostbusters reboot disaster movie is definitely not something that they want from you. So thank God that Reitman is on the job, and that Paul Feig is the fuck out of there, and they're retconning this shit, because we don't have to even acknowledge this film. Burn all the DVDs, burn all the Blu-rays, destroy every single film reel of 2016 Ghostbusters, because as far as the Ghostbusters franchise and universe is concerned at this point in time, it's no more. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, hit a like if you enjoyed it, and click the bell so you get all the notifications. Check out some of the other content I have posted here, and thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.